let's explore the concept sale. So let's explore the concept of a sale for a minute. Not a sale as in something sold, but a sale as in a discount. Those kinds of sales. And let's step out of our normal box about this while we do so. Let's also take all judgments about them off the table for a moment and just explore with curiosity and awareness. Clearly, most everyone loves a sale of some kind because everyone loves to save. Even the super rich and money mindset masters. Even when they'd like to be above that, many aren't. And that's because it doesn't have to do with how much money people have. It has to do with our relationship to money and to ourselves and to life. So why do people love sales so much? Well, I've written down a few ideas. 1, because we feel like we get to keep something more of what we'd otherwise lose. 2, because we feel almost like we're getting away with something. 3, because we feel like we avoid a greater cost to us on many levels, perhaps. 4, because we feel like we did something smart. 5, because by saving, we're deemed to be smart. 6, because by spending, we are deemed to be stupid, reckless, or irresponsible. These are just general judgments out in the world. 7, so we redeem ourselves a little from these judgments by saving via the sale. 8, when you pay full price, you might almost feel stupid or bad or like you got ripped off. 9, sales are a way we can feel smart and still spend on what we want at the same time. 10, sales help cancel out our guilt over spending. That last one bears repeating. Saving money via sales or cheaper prices helps cancel out our guilt and fear about spending money. It helps cancel out our guilt and fear about ourselves and about life. This applies to people who have a lot of money and people who have very little. The guilt and the fear goes both ways on both sides. This is all happening on a deeply subconscious and energetic level, of course. We're not aware of it as it's happening. But now we are. In this moment, while we're talking about it here, we are aware of it. Listen, sales and savings can be argued as madness or as sanity. And I am not knocking their place in reality, because here they are in reality. They have their gifts in that they help people get what they need or want for less and feel good about themselves in doing so, and stimulate the economy. They will serve us until they no longer serve us. That's my view. The reason I'm exploring this, though, is because of the ways this mindset no longer serves me personally. I was raised in a world of the more you can save, the better, like everyone else. And it still lives in me despite my strong wish for it not to. I have come leaps and bounds with it. And I don't act from that place anymore or make choices strictly from that place, but it's still there. And I see it daily. And I know that it had its place in my life, but now I'm at a different place in my life where I'm re-examining my relationship to that. As someone who endeavors to create a life and world of abundance, deeper peace, and unconditional love from the inside out, I want to see with open eyes where I am letting money or anything else define me as smart or stupid or anything else, and where I am letting money, sales, or anything else run me around with guilt and shame and scarcity and fear. So I ask myself to be really open-minded and explore some potentially crazy-sounding questions such as, What if I didn't have any guilt when I spent money? What if I didn't have any guilt or shame around money at all? No matter how much money I had or didn't have. What if saving didn't mean I was smart and spending didn't mean I was stupid or reckless? And no situation I was in about or around money meant a single thing about my worth as a human being, because of course it doesn't. What if there was no scarcity or illusion of scarcity, no matter how much money I have or don't have at the present? What would the concept of a sale and saving money mean to me then, in those circumstances? If that were really the case, if it didn't mean anything about me what I spent or saved or had or didn't, well, big sales or small sales or any kind of sale would be meaningless to me then. It would be like someone saying to me, I could give them 10 cups of air instead of 20 for a thing. I would know there's plenty of air, so it wouldn't matter. If I had no guilt or shame around money, I wouldn't then choose things based on guilt or shame either. If I had no FOMO, I wouldn't choose things based on FOMO. I would simply open to the infinite flow of abundance for the things I truly wanted or needed in a particular moment, with love, trust, and patience. Right about now, you're probably thinking, yeah, but that's not the reality of the world at this moment. And to that, I say, yes, that's right. It's not the reality of the world at this moment. But is it one you'd like to create? And to help create for all of us, all beings? If there was an airplane that was malfunctioning and leaking toxic fumes inside the cabin and thus causing the passengers and pilot to be sick and take the whole plane down, you would first need to recognize what was happening and then envision a clear and toxicity-free environment for the safety and good of everyone on the plane in order to start taking steps towards that outcome. You would not throw your hands up in the air and say, that's just the way it is, and give up. You would do everything you could. You wouldn't know if the fate was inevitable, but you would try. You wouldn't know if you were doomed anyway, but you would try. You would put your whole self into helping that outcome for no other reason than it's your nature to thrive. To live a better life. So this is simply an exploration of what would your life be like? What would your work be like? What would your business be like? What would your world be like if love was your only motivation? Now that might be a really high bar, but imagine it. Just imagine it. Ask yourself if you believe that would work. When you buy or when you sell, no fear, no scarcity, no fear of missing out, just love. And an assumption of already enoughness within yourself and in all others. Ask yourself if you really believe that would work. I personally endeavor to that. I choose that. I don't know hows or ifs, but I choose it with all my heart because I deserve to feel that much peace, and so does everyone else. In the end, it has nothing to do with the sale or the savings. People validate themselves with spending too, just as much as they validate themselves with saving. In the end, it is just about freeing yourself from being hooked and or motivated by fear, by scarcity, by guilt, by shame, or unworthiness, and reorienting yourself to being motivated by love for yourself and all of life instead. True abundance comes from that place. And as that shifts in you, so does the flow of money. All this to say, it doesn't matter what you buy, sell, or how you buy or sell it. What matters is, from what place are you doing that in you? From fear or from love? From trust or from panic? From flow or from FOMO? From peace or from perfectionism? From calm or from comparison? From delight or from divisiveness? There is no should here. There is just what is, what has been, and what you want it to be. You are a creator. Create what you want to see in the world, even when you have no idea how that can be or change, and all evidence in your face is to the contrary, and it seems impossible, and you're fed up, and you're tired, and you want to give up, and why bother? Even then, cry, scream, crumple into a pile of hopelessness and fear, and then get up the next day and try again. Change the game for yourself and all of us. It's what you're here to do. P.S. Changing the game for all of us can look like fun, delight, ease, peace, joy, etc. too sometimes. It does not require constant struggle, self-sacrifice, or martyrdom, just in case your mind goes there like mine tends to. In which case, the guilt and shame with money has just shifted places, sneaky little suckers. We are so afraid that if we didn't have guilt and shame running us around attached to money, we'd be out of control, horrible, callous monsters. And then use some out of control, horrible, callous monsters in the world as proof that this is true. You know who I'm talking about. But those people are not that way because they don't have guilt and shame. They're that way because they don't have love. They've lost touch with it. And if they got back in touch with it and were led by love, they wouldn't need guilt and shame to run them around and keep them under control. Guilt is a lousy backup plan for a lack of real love. That's how I see it anyway. So, sales or no sales, let's watch what motivates our spending. Let's watch what emotions are attached to money and learn to lead ourselves with love, no matter what we do. Thank you for joining me today. And if you'd like to get these posts to your inbox every Sunday morning, you can do so at sunnychapman.com/more. Or if you'd like to take the next step and jump right into my Feast or Famine No More course, where we work on this stuff throughout the year, you can do so at sunnychapman.com/feast.